Hey, Wuthering Waves, this is about you, you dumb fucks. To all you people at Kuro Games who are not going back, fixing that joke of a story for the first 3 chapters, shame on you.
Damn! What? Holy base, dude! What the?
Kuro, get your head out of your ass and fix the first 3 chapters. They are fucking bad. And even that dick sucker Saint Tontas would agree.
True! I don't know if you'll agree, but... Okay, so, what is up, everyone? My name is Rednu. Today, we are going to be talking about people's opinions of Zenless Zone Zero. I put out a video talking about my 1.4 story thoughts to Chapter 5. I really liked it. I thought it was a very good, solid 8.5 out of 10. I kind of want to see what other people are thinking about the story, about the patch in general. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm live every day, 6 p.m. Pacific, twitch.tv/Rednu23. Come join the live discussion. Let's see what we got. Captain Cabinets, I'm convinced ZZZ is just a menu simulator. I swear, you have to go through 100,000 menus to do anything in that game. And they don't even look good. Quite literally, ZZZ's only downside, and it's a big one. Giga Chad, based. It's pretty normal design. I think the reason you may feel that way is because of 3 things. I don't know. This guy went through a lot of lengths to put it out a little sort of diagram. We got escape, CMQEB. This does not look good. I'm just going to say it. This does not look good. The thing about Zenless is that it kind of treats the game like a single player game, like Persona or whatever, like a console JRPG almost. Okay. And so you're kind of have to know like where everything is kind of is, right? Like for Persona, you need to know like where all your trusts are at, where the coffee shop, where the weapon shop is, the armor shop, right? There's like different places for different things. And it's supposed to be like immersive in that sense. And what they've done recently is put everything into a menu, right? Because people were complaining like, oh, I don't know where the fuck anything is. So they put a lot of the stuff in the menu to make it easier, convenient for you. I think if you didn't have like a live stream, I think you sat down and you looked at it for like 10, 20 minutes even, and just calmly looked through all of it instead of like you're stressing. You're like, oh my god, I gotta roll for Miyabi, and I gotta get her EXP mats, and I gotta get her discs, and I gotta get her like W engine and blah blah blah, right? Or like I had to go to this end game or that end game. It's just like without all that stress and like having to figure things out so fast, so quickly, it's not that bad. I don't think it's that hard. Adapt to it, lol. It's funny, I think Tectone is showing more skin than Nicole in the screenshot. Anyway, we should react to this video because it says why Zenless Zone Zero is failing. Why Zenless Zone Zero is failing by the big man T, Techie himself. Let's take a look.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? This will be some other original content that I would just like to talk about for what is going on in the gacha space that I feel like other people really aren't talking about. And
okay.
A lot of this video is going to be about Zenless Zone Zero. Now,
nice.
Let me just go ahead and give you guys my whole honest to God truth. And I want to say, this is not me throwing shade at anybody. Okay, here we go. Oh,
okay.
Is it Techie? Is it? No, I really don't think it is. I want to tell you guys why Zenless Zone Zero right now is one of the best gacha games I've ever played, and why—
Let's go! We win! We don't even have to watch the rest of the video, dude. Base take. Base take. Like the video. I'm gonna link it to you guys in the chat. Good shit. Good shit, boys. Holy shit, we won.
Nobody is playing it. Okay? Why?
Fuck. Wait, what? Nobody's playing it? Fuck me, dude.
Gacha games I've ever played, and why nobody is playing it. Okay?
Why, dude? It sucks. I feel like this is like partially true. I definitely think most people are streaming Zenless Zone Zero right now to take advantage of the Twitch live stream incentive program, which is a very nice live streaming incentive program, I would say, right? And I feel like people are giving it a shot because there's new content, it's a new patch, and you know, if they don't really have content going with something else that they're doing, you know, they hop into here and kind of like check it out, try and see what's going on. So I don't really, I don't disagree. I feel like a lot of people, at least on the Twitch side of things, maybe even on YouTube, they're not really playing it that much. I feel like Zenless Zone Zero is a much more popular game in Japan than it is in the West. But I can't really tell. I wouldn't be able to speak empirically on that. But yeah.
Okay. why nobody is playing it. I use air quotations very seriously. Here is the absolute truth. Here is the absolute reality. For 95 to 98% of creators, Zenless Zone Zero in terms of YouTube and Twitch will get you severely less views than Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, and
True.
get this,
even Wuthering Waves, he's gonna say.
less than Wuthering Waves.
Yep. I feel like Wuthering Waves definitely has like a much bigger spotlight on it. It's also a lot less competitive. But ever since like obviously Saint Tontas kind of came into the scene and has been like going like shooting shots at bigger creators left and right, I feel like it's just been a little more of an exciting category. But that said, like even before Saint Tontas, I've seen Ethan stream Wuthering Waves, consistently pulls like 100 viewers. I've seen Cherry Moo play Wuthering Waves, consistently pulls like 350 viewers. She streams that like almost every day. I don't really know too much else. There's probably like a handful. I don't know how often Rexlin streams, but there's like there's some good viewership sort of condensation, right? They're condensing in Wuthering Waves. And I feel like really the biggest reason behind that is because Wuthering Waves is one of those games in especially like that it caters to a Twitch viewer a lot, because I think Twitch viewers are not masochists, but they do like gameplay that is a little harder, a little more gritty, right? And I think Zenless has the record of being the easier gacha game for if someone's just playing through the story and then getting to the end game, that constitutes as like 80 or 90% of that person's playthrough, right? And we all know the story is just really fucking easy. So a lot of people have lost a lot of love and a lot of attention for Zenless Zone Zero from its launch, just because the story is really, really easy. And nobody thought that was really interesting. And they don't think that story is interesting too, for whatever that's worth, right? I like the story a lot, but for whatever that's worth, they don't really like the story that much, right?
Now, why is this? I have no idea.
Okay. I thought we were going to get some like crazy insight, but okay.
And that's the point of this whole video,
Okay.
is that creators do not want to cover this game because it is so much harder to get views on Twitch and YouTube.
True.
That it's making the game seem like it's worse.
Sure, the only reason why I do it is because I've already kind of like put my roots in here, and also I really like the game, but also right now why I'm doing it is because I'm like working another job, and I'm just like, you know what, this is like the best thing I can do. There's new content and I like it a lot. So I don't know. It's not like Wua's story is hard. It isn't, but holograms unlock a lot earlier, Coco Banana, right? Holograms and Tower Adversity unlock a lot earlier for you in Wuthering Waves. And people have this really sort of like gritty sort of memory of like what Wuthering Waves is, because it unlocks so early, and because people challenged holograms and Tower with being underleveled, and that being like a challenge. There's something that was interesting to watch, right?
The game seem like nobody gives a fuck, but I'll be real, with the amount of revenue that it's getting, I still think it's doing really great. And honestly, I think this game is worth your time. Now,
what the fuck? This guy's base. What the fuck?
why of all people am I saying this?
Okay.
Well, in case you guys don't know, I am
Here's
one of
the rub.
few. I think there's 2 other blacklisted creators in Hoyoverse. Hoyoverse will not sponsor me. They have not sponsored me in about 3.5 years, and I don't think they ever will sponsor.
They haven't sponsored him, but it'll be really funny. Like, what if they just wipe him off this leaderboard? What if they're like, nah, no AK for you, buddy. That'd be funny.
Sponsor me ever again. And that's why I want you to know that the guy that the company refuses to work with is still telling you that this game is worth your time, especially now more than ever with the introduction of 1.4. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. 1.4 for Zenless Zone Zero is one of the funnest times I've ever had in gacha gaming, and I think it would be very sad if you guys didn't get to experience that. If you quit the game, if you've never played the game, now is the best time to play. And by the way,
Damn, dude, this guy's doing my job. Of course, well, it's his job, and he does it the best out of everyone, right? I wish I had a little more time maybe to like put together a video or some kind of testimonial like this, because I would love there to be more creators in the space to interact with. I feel like most of the friends I've made in this gacha CC space, they're all like WUA diehard fans, right? And it kind of sucks because when I see them play Zenless, I also see that they don't really like it, you know? They don't really like it, and I don't really think it's because it's a bad game. I think they don't like it because it's not their game, and it's not something they're familiar with, and also they don't really get that much viewership from it, right? So it's like a lose situation, right? So it sucks for me to see it, but I've learned to kind of just be like, you know what, it is what it is. I understand why you wouldn't want to play it that much, but yeah.
I am also streaming it every single day on my Twitch until I beat all the content, in which case I'm out until there's more content. But right now, there's so much, it's ridiculous. So why is 1.4 so good, and why am I advocating for this game so much? Well, first of all, I would like to say that a lot of my friends are also streaming this game, and I would love for you guys to go check them out too and support their channel.
Like me.
In forms of Fobmaster, Mr. Pokey, Box2, Genizad, Gotcha Smack. Did I say Sweetly? I'm not sure, but everybody who's a great creator is streaming this game right now, and it makes me happy seeing all of these people who I consider peers and colleagues, and some of them even friends. I know, very dangerous in the content creating space. I think they're all doing a great job, and it makes me happy.
Box2 is playing it? I don't know. Let's take a look. Box2. Wait. What the fuck? Box2 ain't even playing this game. Box2, Tectone must have Box2 confused with me because we're both Asian. Maybe that's why. Nah, Box2's a lot hotter than I am. Fuck, dude. 30 minutes? 26 minutes and 26 seconds? That's bullshit, dude. That's bullshit. I know that Genizad hates the game. How long has Genizad... Hold on, we gotta audit. We gotta audit that claim. Hold up. Why am I not following Genizad? What is Genizad playing? Did Genizad play? Bro hasn't touched Zenless Zone Zero. Unless this was Zenless Zone Zero, then my bad. He played for 4 minutes 5 seconds. This one's not Zenless Zone Zero. That one's not Zenless Zone Zero. Nope. Nope. There's no Zenless Zone Zero here. There ain't no Zenless. I know Sweetly plays it. I know Mr. Pokey plays it. But Genizad Box2? I didn't see that. I didn't see that. UI guy? I don't think so.
Seeing so many of them play them. So if you've never heard of any of these guys, I would love for you to go give them a follow on Twitch. They're great people. I care about them very much. And yeah, I hope you'll go support their channels. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the developer team is doing a great job in trying to get more streamers to play this game. They're doing this thing where for 1.4, whoever streams the most gets $8,000, as well as, I believe, 50,000 gems to give away to their community for whoever wins, with diminishing prizes all the way down to the top 200.
Well, I didn't know about the 50,000 gems. Guys, you gotta watch me, please. We need to get to this. We need to get something. We need to get something here, okay? Come on. We need to get something here. Oh, 500 per person fan reward codes. Guys, please, we gotta get top 20. Please, we gotta get top 20. 15 people. 15 people can win. Oh my god.
Streamer. So if you want to give it a shot, I feel like everybody has a pretty fair chance of winning something, and anybody who streams the game, and even better, players who just watch the game get free rewards as they're watching any streamer play the game. It can be me, it can be
Holy maximum shill.
It can be Box2, who cares? You can watch any of them and get free shit right now in the game. And I love
I'm gonna be real. I don't think it could be Box2. I don't think it could be Box2. Nah, I don't know about that.
Of when companies do this shit. More people should do this. More companies should do this. Where if you play our game,
Tectone loves ZZZ from day one. By the way, I know, and it's crazy. And honestly, I feel like a lot of that love simply comes from like Nicole. I'm gonna be honest, because like I've seen Tectone stream. I don't really think I've seen him stream ZZZ that much. I'm not like trying to gatekeep or whatever. I appreciate him, you know, talking really good about the game. Maybe he has played it. Maybe he's played it offline, and maybe he's played it when I haven't watched him stream. Maybe he loves it a lot, genuinely. But I also do think Nicole's fucking hot. I'm just saying.
We'll give you rewards to people who are watching you play the game, and we'll give you rewards for even playing our game with day one drops on Twitch, which in case you guys don't know why you should follow me on Twitch, the majority of gacha games do offer free rewards who watch your stuff, but never in this caliber. So I love giving companies credit where credit's due.
Nice.
They're giving a lot of people.
Yeah, I like Techie because I think he's generally very fair to a lot of like different, like whether it's a content creator or a company, right? He'll give credit where it's due, and that's how I feel personally.
A lot of free shit, and you should really give their.
And he'll like take a big ginormous dump on anything that's like doing shit.
Streams a chance because the creators in this space are good, they're funny, and they're great. And I really wanted to drive home how much I appreciate
I'm
all
funny.
my peers also
I'm great
streaming in this. If I do win first place, I probably won't. I will also be giving all the money away to my community as well as to other content creators to hopefully boost their PCs, boost their careers, and boost their lives.
Say let's go.
Yeah, 1.4 for Zenless Zone Zero is a soft reboot of the game. Do you not like the TVs? They're gone. Do you not like the combat? It was revamped. Do you want to play as whoever you want to fucking play as in the towns? Well, now you can. The dialogue has also been revamped, and the story told in 1.4 was the best story ever told in Zenless Zone Zero, as well as one of the best stories told in gacha gaming.
Damn, what the... Did Tectone even play 1.4 story? That's crazy. That's crazy. Damn, dude. Holy. He got some bad takes, but sure. But even if you have bad takes, what I appreciate is if it's honest, it's genuine, if it comes from the heart, okay? And if it's, as long as it's that, for something that's subjective, it's like, it is what it is, you know? But 1.4 was awesome. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Now, I want to do an addendum, okay? The best stories in gacha gaming, just so you can kind of know where my head's at, just to give you my opinion, where Farina's story in Genshin Impact, Albedo's story for Dragon Spine in Genshin Impact.
Oh,
Adventurine's story in Penacony, although it dragged a little.
Come on, fuck Aventurine, dude. That shit sucked, man. Come on, man. I guess I didn't finish Penacony, so I don't know, like, the conclusion, I guess, but...
A little bit, but the payoff was great. Also, he should have died, is what it is. As well as all of Belobog was probably my favorite in all of gacha. I really enjoyed Shorekeeper. I really enjoyed Camellia. Wish there was less fan service. I also enjoyed the Avengers timeline for Wuthering Waves. My favorite story.
Wish there was less fan service? Who is this guy? Who is this guy?
The Avengers timeline for Wuthering Waves. My favorite story in Zenless Zone Zero was Jane Doe's story quest.
True.
And now
I think Jane Doe's story quest, unironically, is one of the best chapters in Zenless Zone Zero, like, bar none. Like, even better, I would say, than Yanagi's. I would even argue to say that it might even be better than the Sons of Caledon a little bit. I don't know. It's tough to say because there's a whole difference of amount of content. But I think Jane Doe's story was actually pretty good. And it was very tight. It was very clean. And you got to see everything from Jane Doe's perspective. It was an interesting perspective. And you had like a lot of... It was very, very small and kind of told you everything you needed to know about Zenless Zone Zero and the way it writes. Right? It likes to leave a lot of breadcrumbs in the beginning, talking about like Jane Doe telling Seth to drink a lot of water, right? That's like one of the things, just one of the things, right? And then later on, it's to basically so that he naturally cleanses his body of the muscle relaxants that he was forced to use, right? So, yeah, I feel like that story was actually pretty well told and it was like tight, you know what I mean? It was good. It was very, very good.
We have Miyabi's story quest, the 1.4 main story.
Yeah.
Really good. And I mean this genuinely when I say this. I was having fun.
Nice.
Fun. All
Hell
the way
yeah.
through.
Oh my
laughed constantly. The jokes landed. The combat was great. It was paced out great and everything made sense. It could.
Bro, can we... I kind of want to watch him play like 1.4. What the fuck? That's crazy.
Could have gone much deeper. However,
I definitely think so. I think the hilarious thing about 1.4's story about Zenless Zone Zero, the only flaw to it, I feel, like the biggest flaw, is that it didn't yap enough, almost. Like, I feel like there could have been a little more background, a little more sort of, like, delving in, especially towards, like, Miyabi and her story, her background, the demon sword, right? And it showed, like, it could have told a little more, just a little more.
However, the telling of that story, which was like a 7.5 story, the way they told it was a
Yeah.
10 out of 10. And I really wish more gacha games would do
More yap? Yeah. No, I feel like it could have used a little more background explanations. I think it could have done that.
this. We don't have to do all of these deep lores, these complex meanings if it's not.
Yes, there was nothing complex at all. In fact, Miyabi is like very simple, straightforward, straight to the point, very stoic, right? And she's so badass, right? But I feel like maybe she could have talked a little more, or like, I don't know, like there could have been a little more explanation, right?
Not going to translate well. Just tell a pretty decent story to the best of your ability, and players will fucking enjoy it.
Yeah.
And it makes me happy. This should be a learning experience for every company going forward. You don't need all this crazy ass shit to happen. You just need to make it feel like crazy shit's happening by telling a great story. Okay, because if the story you're telling isn't told fantastically, well, it's going to be fucking mid. The developers are also listening over and over and over and over again for pretty much everything that people are saying what's wrong with their game. If you did not like
That
the
is
TV
true. That is true. And I think the reason why, like being real and honest, right? I think Zenless didn't make as much money as they thought it would. I think they put a lot of resources into Zenless. I think they put out a really good game, in my opinion. I like it a lot. But I do think that they're not seeing like the traction that they wanted to. So they decided, hey, let's roll back a lot of the stuff. Let's rethink. Let's get back into the lab and just really focus more on what players are telling us and giving them what they want. I do also give them a lot of respect for having a vision of what the game ought to be and trying to execute on it and testing it, seeing if it fails, and then go like, okay, let's dial it back. Let's go with what they're saying. Because I do think that executing on their vision speaks to me a level of integrity and also a level of like they know what they want to like tell, express, and put out into the world, right? Because I feel like every game needs to have that. I think every game needs to have like a North Star in terms of like an understanding of what they want to be and what they want to contribute to the space. So I think that's a good thing. And obviously a business needs to make money, and it's good that the devs are taking a more collaborative approach into improving the game moving forward.
TV system, which by the way, if you liked this TV system, I'm sorry, bro, you're just wrong. It was fucking terrible. They replaced it with a Bang Boo Fall Guys.
They did.
I shit you not. Where you play as a Bang Boo and you do an obstacle course. It's cute, it's funny, it's
I need to
quick,
see that.
and it's enjoyable. And that's all that matters. They completely revamped their beginning story en masse from 1.0 to 1.3. They rewrote it all. Hey, Wuthering Waves, this is about you, you dumb fucks. To all you people at Kuro Games who are not going back, fixing that joke of a story for the first 3 chapters, shame on you. Because
Damn! What? Holy base, dude. What the fuck? Holy shit. He said it. He said it. 1.0 story was back. Can you replay that? Hold up. That deserves a replay. Hold up.
from 1.0 to 1.3, completely revamped their beginning story en masse from 1.0 to 1.3. They rewrote it all. Hey, Wuthering Waves, this is about you, you dumb fucks. To all you people at Kuro Games who are not going back, fixing that joke of a story for the first 3 chapters, shame on you. Because the reason why people don't want to play your fucking game is because the first 3 chapters are so goddamn bad that nobody gives a fuck about this world you're trying to build.
Holy, dude, what the fuck? That's crazy, man. That's actually crazy. I didn't even think that Tectone hated 1.0 story that much. Maybe he did? I think it's definitely bad. And I definitely think story and narrative and world building is a lot more important than most people give it credit for. Because I feel like when you don't have those things, you don't have those elements, and you don't have like actual love or like admiring for a character or their background, their story, what happens is then you end up playing a menu simulator where you're just like leveling up and boosting the characters, you know? You're just checking things off a list and you're watching numbers fly up, right? And any game can do that. Any game can like give you those numbers, right? And give you that dopamine fix. It really is like the story, the narrative is a very big draw, very, very big factor. And that's why I've always liked Zenless Zone Zero, right? I think it's good. People will disagree on like how it's being told to the players is good, and what I mean by that is like with the TV mode, not necessarily the manga panels and everything else. Obviously, that's fundamentally better, but people just didn't like to go through the TVs, which sucks, I guess. That said, I will say that Wuthering Waves probably, I don't know. I don't know if they have the resources to go back and fix 1.0 story. I don't really know if they can. That would be amazing. And I do think it could be very positive too, right? Yeah, I would say so. If Zenless Zone Zero thought they had to do it, I would say Wuthering Waves probably would. Well, we have to see, I guess. We have to see the effect. We have to see the effect of like what happens to Zenless Zone Zero, because if they put like this monstrous effort into reworking the beginning and it's just not gonna like do well either way, or it's still gonna lose the players, then that sucks, you know, and it tells everyone like what not to do. But yeah, no, what I do agree with 100% is that Wu was 1.0 story was trash. If it was better, people would have latched on to it a lot better too. So maybe a fix is in order. I don't know.
Thank God you have a skip option, because I guarantee you nobody is sitting through that shit.
Holy shit. I can't even go through like 5 seconds without him saying something else that's just base. Like, what the fuck?
It is fucking terrible. Kuro, get your head out of your ass and fix the first 3 chapters. They are fucking bad. And even that dick sucker Saint Tontas would agree.
True. I don't know if you'll agree, but true.
Just farming Saint Tontas. I knew if I said that you'd react to my video, and I'm trying to get you to branch out a little bit more. I got nothing but respect for you, man.
I want to see Saint. Does anyone have a clip? Did Saint react to this? I want to see Saint react to this in particular. That would be so funny.
For now, bitch. Fuck you. Relaxing. Yeah, they revamped everything. Everything that sucked, they got out. They put new shit in. It's great. Did you not like the combat system, where there was only one alt mechanic? Well, you should have, because it was not good. Okay, because you only got to see one alt. Your other characters felt like an afterthought, and it was bad.
Sure.
But now,
I definitely think I understand what they were trying to do. They wanted to make it like an interesting choice, and I'll be honest, I feel like the fact that you do have ultis with all 3, the ulti animations kind of like stacking and going one after the other does feel like a big break in combat, right? I don't know. This is like a very small issue right now that I feel like it will grow the more you play the game. That's kind of what I'm feeling. I don't know if you guys also feel the same thing. I feel like sometimes when I ult, I swap an ult, or I swap an ult or something, right? And it just doesn't, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure how I feel about it. That part of it anyway. Overall, it is ultimately positive. It is more fun. It is way more engaging, and it is cool. So overall, I still feel very positive about it, but I have just that tiny little nitpick. Just that tiny little nitpick.
All 3 characters can ult, and all of their 3 ults exist separately. It's very good. With characters like Burnus, you can ult, swap, cancel while she's still going, and do your ult again on top of her. Swap, cancel again, and go on Miyabi and ult, so you can get 3 ults happening at the same time.
Oh my god, he knows the meme. He knows the meme, dude. It's so fun. Yeah, no, he actually, like, it. So he's actually playing this game. God damn, he's actually playing this game. He knows what to do. Ulti with Bernice. Bernice gives you a quick assist into the next character. I would probably put it with Miyabi, and you have like the blue balls, the 6 blue balls. You feed Miyabi, make her consume all the blue balls, and pop her Shimotsuki fucking big ass slash, and then swap to the other person, get an ulti there. That'd be sick. That is really cool, because you have all 3 characters doing one of their strongest moves.
Fucking time. Everything feels great. Everything feels snappy, and the
Hell
game
yeah.
feels fucking fantastic. Zenless Zone Zero, thank you for listening to your fucking players. Miyabi is one of the coolest characters ever introduced in Gacha gaming. In case you don't know her,
she is so just badass, dude. She's not even like, oh my gosh, she's so hot, or oh my gosh, she's so cute. She's just badass, right? She is like pretty hot and cute too, but she's really just badass. She's so fucking cool.
Mix of Virgil from Devil May Cry 5 with Sam from Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Or sorry, Metal Gear Rising, which was a great fucking game. She is OP as fuck. Yep. She breaks the fucking game. You
She
don't
does.
need any of the other characters. If you have Miyabi, she is busted.
And I feel like a lot of people like to say like, oh, but isn't that power creep? And oh, like I bet it sucks to be an Ellen main. Which yeah, it does suck. Like if you M6 me like Ellen, I don't know, man. But that said, I like it. I don't really care too much about power creep. I'll be honest. If power creep is spaced out properly, because if you have to, you eventually something has to come that is stronger than everything else, right? But if power creep is like spaced out properly, if there is a lore and sort of story reason, like a reason that you believe in sort of the meta, not necessarily with in-game and in-game mechanics or all the numbers, but just in the meta that and the story revolving around it, where Miyabi is a Void Hunter. She's one of the strongest people in New Eridu, right? She deserves to be that strong as a Void Hunter, right? So, and it's also, as long as it brings like new gameplay, fresh gameplay, fun gameplay, just pure fun. Because Miyabi does do that. She offers something unique and fresh that is not something that most characters do, right? The amount of quick swaps or swap cancel, whatever the fuck you want to call it, basically putting out a move and then swapping out of it so that they're still doing the move and you're playing a different character. The amount of things that Miyabi does that supports that kind of playstyle is way more than anyone else on Zenless Zone Zero's roster, and it's really, really fun. It's really cool.
Miyabi at M0 is stronger than their first banner unit at M6. Holy f***ing power creep. That being said, I don't care, because she is fun as fuck. And
Exactly.
I believe that every character
100%.
should be that OP at M0. So I hope they scale up all the characters. I hope in the next coming patches, they introduce some supports to make the pre-existing characters just as strong as her. And I believe that they will. I have a lot of faith with this company, and I have a lot of faith with their game modes.
I think they went too far too fast though. I'll say this, Neovin. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna pull you up. I am almost 100% sure they went too far too fast. What I think they did was I think they broke the glass box, right? The fire hydrant, right? The thing that said like break in case of emergency. You know what I mean? That's what they did with Miyabi. They're like, oh my god, we're not making as much money as we need to. We need to rethink everything, re-release everything, redo everything, and put out a banging ass product and something really fucking cool that makes people want to spend. So it's an emergency. Break it. Put out Miyabi, right? And make her broken. I think that's what they did.
In the span of 24 hours, they took the goon out of Zenless Zone Zero. They made it to where you could turn the camera and your character would disappear, so you could not jerk off to their ass. However, after hearing player outrage, they fixed it after 16 hours, and they gave everybody a free 10 pull for fucking with their goon sesh. 1.4 is in the Zone Zero.
They did do that.
Once again, thank you for listening and fixing your fucking game.
Hell yeah.
Okay? There's tons of free rewards in Zenless Zone Zeros right now, as well as a free 5-star character, Hadumasa. In case you're familiar with Dr. Ratio, they're pretty much in the same power.
Bro is like, this is a 13-minute Zenless Zone Zero glaze session. This is a 13-minute Zenless Zone Zero unsponsored commercial, dude. Holy fuck. The glaze is crazy.
Here, if you have Zhu Yuan, Hadumasa is essentially a weaker version of Zhu Yuan. That's fine because you can just use 2 Zhu Yuans. We need 3 teams now, which is great for the new game mode that's coming out soon. So the more 5 stars, the better. And knowing that you can get Miyabi, who's great, also have Hadumasa for free. That's 2 teams taken care of. Good to go. Feels great. Yeah, the rigging of the models is better than any other gacha game. If you want to see characters have fun, be cute, be quirky, and emote, you will not see anything better in any other gacha game than you do in Zenless Zone Zero. Their boobies are bigger, their asses are fatter, and them johns are jiggly. So if you're a fucking gooner, you will love this fucking game. The end game mode, I actually tried for the first time in mass on stream, and it was actually one of the funnest times I've ever had. Miyabi, shit on everything. My current teams right now are Miyabi, Yanagi, and Caesar. My other team is Burnus, Lighter, and I set him on fire, and then I punch him. Jane Doe. Sorry, I cannot believe I forgot that. Jane Doe's hot as fuck, by the way. Everybody should check her out. One of the hottest characters in gaming. I just forgot because that white girl, when she throws her ass, when she tosses out the double inferno, sometimes I forget who I'm talking about. Yeah, both of you are great. I shit on all the in-game mode in about an hour, and it was very fun throughout. It is quite literally, if you can parry it, if you can dodge it, you can beat it. All the HP bars seemed pretty balanced to me. I beat almost every single round in about 2 minutes, and I'm very happy with that. Seems good. I don't think you need that crazy of an account to beat all the endgame modes, which is good because it's fast-paced combat fun, and that's what I fucking like. The tower, however, on the other hand, will eventually become a bullet sponge. However, you can get all meaningful rewards in the first 25 floors, which everybody should be able to clear or get close to clearing all those pretty damn easily. But yeah, I wanted to make this video to say, if you gave up on Zenless Zone Zero, I really think you should give it another shot. I don't think you will have more genuine fun in a game than Zenless Zone Zero. The way they tell their story is like no other. Even the cutscenes are very simplistic, but they still feel alive. The characters are like a comic book setting. The combat is very fun. The rewards are very fair. The only biggest downside they have is that it's very hard to build characters in this game. In Honkai Star Rail, it takes about 28 days. In Zenless Zone Zero, it takes about 39. That's my biggest thing right now. Is
I don't know. Didn't Connor put out like a video showing like how long it takes to build a character? I don't know.
More content creators to cover this game, because I do feel like if they did, these issues that the community can be aware of would be fixed far quicker. Now, I'm not somebody who thinks content creators do a lot for the game, but I do realize there are certain points where if there is an issue with the game, content creators can kind of speed up the process of the virality of issues that can hopefully get them fixed more for games like Wuthering Waves or Zenless Zone Zero, where the devs are actually listening, which I greatly appreciate. And any type of game where the devs are working in tandem with their players, I love and respect. I like feeling like I can be able to communicate with these devs. I like when they take our feedback and make the game better for everyone, and I think they're doing a damn good job. If you want to follow my Twitch, Zenless Zone Zero, you can. It'll be linked in the description, and thank you so much for watching. But I just wanted to say, content creators, if you're out there, give Zenless Zone Zero another chance. There's free money involved for all you cheap fucks who only do shit for cash, and that's okay, man. A bag's a bag. Go get what you want. But yeah, and encourage your favorite streamer who's in the gacha space to give Zenless Zone Zero a try if they're not already. I would love to see more fresh faces in the Zenless Zone Zero category, because the game is very good, and it deserves your playtime, and it deserves your respect. It's great. Give it a shot. I've been Tectone. See y'all later. Peace, boys.
Hell yeah, brother. I was very wrong about Zenless Zone Zero. Looks like Doro has changed his ways. Let's see what Doro thinks of Zenless Zone Zero.
All right. These are my honest, off the cuff, transparent.
He looks tired.
Non-Hoyo shill.
At the end of his stream.
Holy shit.
Let's go.
Holy shit. That was awesome.
Let's go.
That was
Wait, did you play 1.4?
Amazing. That was just great. 1.4.
Like the story?
Great, amazing update that was needed for this game, I feel like.
Yes.
The story.
Guys, I want more 1.4 thoughts, please. I want more 1.4 thoughts. I just want to react to people glazing Zenless Zone Zero, please.
It was not hooking me. 1.3 or whatever today that we did with Yanagi, I liked. It was good.
It was okay, but let's be honest. Yanagi's story, as much as I like her, is mid compared to Jane's. Jane's story and that patch in general. Well, Jane's story. I don't think that patch in general, but just the Jane's story was so good. Jane's story was great.
Okay, but I was really excited to get to 1.4.
The problem with Yanagi's story is there's too much yapping from no-name NPCs that nobody cares about, right? It's not that there's yapping by them, but there's this one like mega fan of Section 6. He just yapped way too much. It was really dumb, honestly.
Man. Countless times I kept forgetting that this is a mobile free-to-play gacha game.
True. This game feels like a console game, like a JRPG, like Persona 5, but not like obviously like turn-based JRPG, but it feels like a AAA console game. You know what I mean? With the way it moves you through the main story, right? That's how I feel. And that's sometimes where I feel like there's a disconnect between what people are expecting of a gacha game and what it actually is. Because people are expecting it's a gacha game, so they're very incentivized, they're very conditioned, especially like Twitch viewers, especially like hardcore gamers. They're very conditioned to skip, go to the end, because once you get to the end, you get to the stages that give you the most rewards so that you can build your characters as fast as possible. They're the most efficient stages to farm your characters, right? To build them up. And so people, a lot of the hardcore gamers are more conditioned to skip and not sort of enjoy the game for what it is as a video game. And that's how this game is kind of structured and designed. It's designed to be like just going through it, like you're playing Metaphor ReFantazio or Persona 5. You're just supposed to, you're not going to have all the systems. You're not going to have the most efficient things. You're just going to progress slowly, and you're hopefully going to like that part of it. But I feel like a lot of people get distracted with like, what's the end game? How do I get to the end game as fast as possible? And I don't think that's how this game is designed.
When you hear that, you're like, oh, free to play mobile gacha game. I don't like that. But when you play this game, bro, it feels like a AAA game.
Pre-watched.
And the animations and the cutscenes, dude, there were so many cutscenes too. And the pacing. There was obviously times where, yeah, you're standing and you're talking, there's dialogue, but it didn't go on for too long. I don't feel like
it did not.
It was
and actually, like I said before, I feel like they probably could have done a little more, but
always moving, right? Always moving. Pacing, I felt like was really good, especially for a gacha game.
True. True.
That was my kind of thing.
Yep.
And what I mean by that was my type of storytelling right there.
Yeah.
Tectone for Star Rail is amazing.
No, it's dog shit. Take that back. It's dog shit, dude. That shit drags on forever, dude. Aventurine's little schizo session with his future self and his past self, that shit was so fucking cringe, dude. I hated that. I hated that so much. It was so long. It was so drawn out. It was so wordy. And worst of all, it was cringe. Stop talking about your feelings. Stop talking about all this dumbass shit, your trauma. Just be more like Miyabi and just say, yeah, I'm just going to cut everything and fuck it.
But holy yap fest, bro. This shit's too long to just sit there and just talking. It's amazing, but like in the same time, you know, you're just like, holy shit, this is so much yapping, bro.
It's a lot.
Genshin also does that, but I wouldn't say as bad as Star Rail. But this was just up my alley. Like, this is what I love.
Yeah.
Like, good pacing, cutscenes, epicness, everything coming together, and like just the all the agents coming together to help out in the cause. And oh, dude,
it was the way to write the Avengers Assemble scene. Okay, this is how you actually write that scene, because you have the buildup, you have the development, right, of all the teams across all the chapters. Sure, some of them were shoehorned in, let's be honest, like Jane Doe didn't really need to be there at the end, I feel like, but it was still very good. Unlike Lua. I mean, that's the only kind of recent example, but I'm sure there were other ones, right? But all I'm saying is that's how you write an Avengers Assemble scene, okay?
You guys know I love metal and I love rock and stuff. That song in the end, mixed with the the build-up. The build-up was amazing. The build-up to that final fight was so good. I felt it. I was like, holy shit.
Dude, we need that Hoyo mix, that Zenless Zone Zero OST, like, stat, dude. I want that shit so bad.
Stuff is about
I'm gonna buy like a physical copy of that
to go down, and everything rides on this. And then
I don't even have a disc drive on my PC, and I want to buy a physical copy of it.
The music playing, like the metal music, and the combat, and it's so flashy, and you get to use Miyabi, and I felt so badass when I would like dodge perfectly, dodge, counter, like the combat mixed with the music, mixed with what was going on.
Bro's ears are burning right now.
It was just wow. I felt like
Lua 1.4 just didn't make any sense with no character interactions. Just felt weird. Isn't Lua 1.4? Is that the Shorekeeper one, or is that the Somnoir, Dream Somnoir, or whatever? Because I think that's just like a filler patch, right?
I don't know. I felt like I was watching a movie, but I was actually controlling it. Like, it was so good. That one scene with Miyabi where like she's like in that like void thing. You're fighting. You hear
I want him to talk about the standoff scene with Ambi and Section 6, right? The Cunning Hairs and Section 6 in the at the very beginning when the track switches and Ambi calls them out for like, you guys are trying to surround us. I see what you're doing. And they both just like draw weapons at each other. That was so fucking cool. And it does so much too. And it builds on what was developed earlier about how Ambi is, you know, her background is that of a, I'm pretty sure she's like an old Eridu soldier or a previous, she's a veteran, I guess you could say, of the Obsidian Defense Force, right? She's somewhat of a mentor to Soldier 11, or at least she used to be, right?
Hear the voices and like kill, like, oh, so well done. And like how you're walking down, you see like the people, and it's like you like take out your sword, but then like you're like, you like put it back. It's like fighting the urge to kill them.
Miyabi is metal as fuck,
it's just,
dude.
oh man, it's so good. And this is the sad part. Someone said it in chat. People will still shit on it because it's Hoyo.
Yep.
Right.
Well, I will say that's a little unfair. I think people will shit on it more. Like, people will see it and they will have more eyes on it. And so like there will be people who shit on it because it's Hoyo. But I feel like people do have some legitimate complaints about Zenless, I'll be honest, right? The menu complaint from Cap over here is like kind of true, kind of not true. I do think that there's just a lot of things to do, and I feel like if people are like, I guess, coming back into it, but they only played it a little bit, it becomes overwhelming with how many options there are. And that's why I'm saying, like, just get rid of Hollow Zero. Like, get rid of the Withered Realm, all those game modes with the TV mode stuff. Literally just get rid of it. Like, people don't need to see it. People don't need to interact with it. Just give everyone the rewards from it and just delete it from the game. Reduce the choices. Make all the choices only the best ones.
People will still be like, it's Hoyo, or it's a Gooner game. And yeah, there's obviously Goon in this game, obviously. Yanagi's tits are huge.
Yeah.
Right? There's jiggle everywhere. It's obviously
dude.
There's gooning. But when there's not gooning, like, it's crazy. And it's like, oh my god, man, it's more than that.
And even when they're gooning, it's crazy. Like, Jane Doe's chapter was pretty, like, kind of gooner, right? I mean, like, you get to walk around as Jane Doe, and that was really fucking cool. But like, it was just good.
And
isn't it optional? Well, I guess it's kind of feel overwhelming for a new player. The thing is, Zifts, is like, if someone isn't telling you, okay, so I'm gonna just pull you up, right? Isn't it optional? Well, I guess it's kind of feel overwhelming for a new player. The thing is like, if someone isn't telling you that it's optional, if someone isn't just there to kind of like, you can ask them questions, they don't know. Like, new people don't know. It's just like, oh, there's something here to do. Oh, let's try this spell. Ugh, I don't like this. Ugh, there's just colors. Their whole impression of the game. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of all the bad choices.
I feel bad because, yeah, people will still shit on Hoyo games and these games. And I get it. You know, you hear gotcha, you hear anime, you're like, oh, cringe, whatever. But no, like, oh, God. Bro, that shit played like Devil May Cry.
It does.
That played like Devil May Cry. Like,
it's a little streamlined, but yes. Oh my God, man. Like, it's good.
And it pisses me off too that, like, you know, there's like war between different gacha games, right? Like Genshin players who don't play ZZZ are just like, that game fucking sucks. And then vice versa, or like Kuro players will be like, that game sucks. And then people are like that with
Yes, we're the victims, Zenless victims. Honestly, I don't really even think that. I just feel like a lot of people don't play Zenless in the West. There's not a lot of attention on it. People accept, like, if someone said Zenless is good, they'll be like, oh, yeah, you're probably right? But of course, when it comes to like choosing, like, oh, my favorite game Genshin over Zenless, oh yeah, my game shits on Zenless. And when it comes to choosing, like, oh, my Wuthering Waves to Zenless, my favorite game to Zenless, oh yeah, Wuwa shits on Zenless. But that's only like when you pit the two against each other. Whenever we're talking like, oh, is Zenless Zone Zero a good game? People will probably say, yeah, I don't know, I don't really play it that much, but sure, it probably is, right? I don't really think people hate on Zenless that much.
Wuthering Waves, and it's just like, oh my God, guys, like, shut the fuck up. Like, you know what? Shut the fuck up. Let people like what they like. why do we live in a world where people just have to shit on everybody for what? Like, just let them like what they like. And if you're wondering, like, just try it. Just try it. Because before you talk shit about something, just try it. Versus just being brain dead and just going off of what people say on the internet. You know what I mean? That's my biggest thing of the internet. Is just like, you see people say shit and you're just like, I guess I agree with that now. Yeah, that's my opinion now too. And you add fuel to the fire. It's so stupid, man. Like,
I sometimes think people, like, they feel a certain way, but they're not able to verbally express it in like the same way as others, and so they latch on to like what other people say, right? So they won't say it though unless they feel it.
This is whatever. That's a whole different rant. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're asking, should I play ZZZ? Should I re-download it?
Yes.
I'm someone who deleted it, uninstalled it on everything I owned.
Yes.
Like a month and a half ago, right? Not even long ago. I was like, I'm done with the game, at least for now, because I was like, oh my god, I was like, I like the game, but the story's just not hooking me. 1.4 grabbed me. I will not be deleting the game now. I want to keep playing this game now. I'm finally hooked. I am finally hooked.
Let's go.
It finally happened. I wasn't, but I finally am.
All right.
I'm going to keep playing. And if they keep, and here's the thing, this is just one update. They could falter. They could fumble the bag.
Sure.
I don't think they will, but keep this energy up.
Yep.
And we're in. I'm in. Like, holy shit. That was awesome. So yeah, that's my thoughts. I loved it. I loved it. And you know what's funny? I was going to make a video. I kind of want to get into making videos where I kind of just sit down and I talk to the camera, and kind of just rant or like talk about shit alongside my other content. Maybe I'll make this segment a video. Maybe I'll upload this tonight and just see how it goes. But if you're thinking,
guys, like this video,
ZZZ, should I re-download it? Should I play it? Yes. 1.4 is the perfect time to come back in. It's a soft reboot for the game. I'm hooked.
Like this video.
I'm hooked again. I loved it. I loved it so much. Even 1.3 story that we did today, it was so good. But man,
we gotta shill our game, guys. Represent.
And aside from the story,
get in there.
The epicness of that was just pure epic. Like, I agree with Mr. Poke, what he said earlier. 9.5. Bro, that's up there. That was up there. Aside from that, though, you have Miyabi now, who is one of the strongest characters, one of the most badass characters out. She's pretty much an Archon, cool. Right? She's a Void Hunter.
Fucking cool. The best thing about Miyabi is that not only is she badass in terms of visuals, in terms of her flair, her combat, she has a badass personality. She just cuts straight to the chase. She doesn't yap. She doesn't talk about her feelings. She's a little silly in that she's a little naive, right? But other than that, she's just like, yeah, just point me to the bad guy and I'll just cut him down, right? She doesn't talk about bullshit, okay? And I'm going to maybe piss some people off if they happen to see this, but she's not like Malwika, okay? Like, I feel like Malwika, the only way you can redeem Malwika is if you kill her, because she is so nice, she's so understanding, she's so caring, and she's so, like, just very, like, I don't know, like My Little Pony, you know what I mean? And, like, she's so Care Bear. And she looks so badass. And she seems badass, but she's not, like, badass in how she is. I haven't played past 5.0, by the way. I played 5.0, so I might be missing context. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, like, Miyabi walks the walk and talks the talk. Or rather, she doesn't talk a lot at all, which is good. That's good.
The new quality of life updates. They've revamped the TV system. That was another thing that I did not like. TV. Oh my god, my cat just took a massive shit while I'm ranting about this.
I want everyone to know.
Oh my god, it smells so bad.
Everyone to know that. What happened, bro?
Is Peter shitting? No, it's Pumpkin, bro. My god, Jesus Christ. I'm still gonna make this a YouTube video. God, holy shit, that smells like. Oh my god. Anyway,
Malwika's a bit of a poser.
Thanks.
Listen, you guys can like Malwika, okay? But I'm just saying, like, that's how I felt, okay, about Nowlin.
And I bought a fucking $400 little robot that's in the other room that rotates and puts their shit into a trash can. But no, she uses the goddamn box. Oh my god, bro. Anyway, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought.
I really just want to highlight that difference. Like, compare Miyabi to Malwika, and compare, like, they're both supposed to be badass, but only one of them is actually badass.
It's a perfect time. They got rid
of
the...
Malwika had a really cool scene, obviously, the fight scene with whatever the fuck, Capitano or whatever. But that's like literally it. Everything else is very Care Bear.
TV pretty much. It's like 3D. It's like 3D Fall Guys now. You can like play through it that way. You can still play through it like the old way if you want to, but why would you? Unless you really like that. I was not a big fan of it. You don't do TV stuff in the story anymore, which is really nice.
Yep.
I'm hooked. I'm
go.
hooked. It is now the perfect time to start playing ZZZ. Now, here's the thing, though. I was going to make another video kind of talking about that there are too many gacha games. I'll briefly touch on this, though. I'll make another video for that probably, but there are a lot of gacha games. And as someone who is busy outside of streaming and making videos, I can't keep up with all the gacha games. It's hard, you know.
True.
But I would definitely say ZZZ. This is not sponsored, by the way. They're not paying me anything for this, but
they're paying them a lot.
ZZZ is worth downloading and trying, especially now. You can always delete it if you don't like it, but dude, at least do the 1.4 story. At least get to the 1.4 story. There's a skip button, and it'll tell you exactly what you're skipping.
Millions.
Do the 1.4 story, then make your decision. That's it. That's the video.
Great video. Love the discussion. Zenless Zone Zero is best gacha game 2024, 2025. Easy clap. Very fucking cool. Yes, please like the video. Please like the video because we need more ZZZ creators, okay? I don't care if they're already big.